When Krishna stood on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, before the fighting began, he raised a magnificent white conch shell to his lips. The sound that erupted was not merely a battle cry. It was a cosmic event. For his devotees, the Pandavas, the sound filled their hearts with courage and joy. But for their enemies, the Kauravas, that same sound shattered their confidence and struck terror deep into their souls. The same sound, two completely different effects. The difference holds a secret about your own soul and how you perceive the calls of the divine in your life. The conch shell, or Shankar, is one of the most ancient and sacred symbols in Hinduism. It is not just a trumpet, it is a divine instrument, one of the four primary emblems of Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the universe. Pulled from the depths of the primordial ocean during a great cosmic churning, the conch represents the origin of existence itself. Its spiraling shape is a symbol of the expanding universe, and its sound is equated with the sacred syllable Om, the primordial sound from which all of creation manifested. When you hold a conch, you are holding a piece of cosmic history. The soft, deep hum you hear when you place it to your ear is said to be the echo of that first sound of creation, a constant, subtle reminder of our divine origin. It is a sound that speaks of purity, auspiciousness, and the victory of good over evil. In ancient times, the sound of the conch marked the beginning of sacred rituals and the start of great battles. It was a tool to dispel negative energy, to purify the atmosphere, and to announce the presence of the divine. So, when Krishna, the Supreme Lord himself, blew his personal conch, named Panchajanya, it was an act of immense spiritual significance. But why did it produce such opposite reactions? The answer lies in the concept of spiritual frequency or consciousness. Imagine a radio receiver. If it is tuned to the right frequency, it receives a clear, beautiful broadcast of music. But if it is slightly off-tune or tuned to the wrong station, it receives only static, noise, or a distorted, unpleasant sound. Our consciousness works in the same way. The sound of Krishna's conch was a broadcast from the highest spiritual frequency, a frequency of pure love, righteousness, and divine will. The Pandavas, led by Arjuna, were fighting for Dharma, for righteousness. Their hearts were aligned with Krishna's purpose. Their consciousness was tuned to his frequency. Therefore, when they heard the sound of Panchajanya, it resonated with their own inner state. It was a confirmation of their righteous cause. The sound vibrated through their bodies, not as a jarring noise, but as a surge of divine energy, courage, and hope. It was the sound of their protector, their friend, their ultimate guide, assuring them of victory. It was music to their souls. Now consider the Kauravas, led by the malicious Duryodhana. Their hearts were filled with greed, envy, and injustice. Their entire cause was based on unrighteousness. Their consciousness was tuned to a much lower material frequency, a frequency of ego, power, and fear. When the divine sound of Krishna's conch entered their atmosphere, it did not resonate. It clashed. It was a sound that their consciousness could not process as beautiful, because It represented everything they stood against. For them, it was not the sound of a loving guide. It was the sound of impending judgment. It was the roar of cosmic justice announcing their doom. The vibration of the conch shattered the frequency of their arrogance and pride, replacing it with a primal fear. The sound itself was pure, but their impure consciousness interpreted it as a terrifying threat. This principle is a profound sign for your own life. The divine is constantly sending out signals, broadcasting messages of guidance, love, and truth. These signals can come in many forms. A line in a book, a piece of advice from a friend, a sudden insight during a quiet moment, or even a deep inner feeling. For a person whose heart is aligned with a spiritual purpose, who is striving to live a life of integrity and love, these signals are received with joy. They feel like confirmation, like a warm and reassuring guidance. They bring clarity and courage. They are the sound of Krishna's conch, filling your heart with strength. But for a person whose heart is absorbed in materialistic pursuits, ego, or negativity, these same signals can be perceived as irritating, threatening, or are simply missed altogether. A call to be more charitable might be heard as an annoying obligation. A piece of spiritual wisdom might be dismissed as naive or foolish. A moment that could have been a spiritual opening is instead filled with the static of a resistant mind. The divine message is the same, but the receiver is tuned to a different station. So, the mystery of the conch shell becomes a personal question. How does the call of the divine sound to you? When you encounter a moment of pure truth, does it fill you with joy or with discomfort? When you are prompted to act with selfless compassion, does it feel like a gift or a burden? Your reaction is a perfect indicator of your own spiritual frequency. If the sound of truth is jarring, it is a sign that there are parts of your life, parts of your consciousness, that are out of alignment with your own soul's purpose. It's a sign that it is time to retune. The process of retuning is the essence of all spiritual practice, through prayer, meditation, acts of kindness, and the study of sacred wisdom. It is the process of purifying the heart so that we can hear the divine broadcast clearly and joyfully. The sound of Krishna's conch, Panchajanya, still echoes through time. It is a reminder that the universe is always speaking to us. It is a sign that a single pure divine truth can be either the sweetest music or the most terrifying noise, all depending on the state of our own heart. Are you ready to tune your soul to hear the music of the divine? If you seek to understand these hidden meanings and align your life with a higher purpose, subscribe to our channel and never miss a call.